Hello, I'm Heather.
And I'm Nikki.
And we are Woollyelephant. And you might notice we're in a bit of a different location today. My front room. It's a bit of a junk tip, hence we thought we'd try and block it out a bit with the shawl, but we thought we'd let my husband have the front room
To watch his telly.
so we can watch the telly. And it's Sunday and we're filming during the day for a change, and it's bright sunshine, so we thought we'd get some natural light for a change for showing things. We're going to try and film on Sundays from now on. It's the 16th
I think,
of July today, and it's about...
What time are we?
I don't know. What time are we?
10 to 5.
10 to 5 in the afternoon, as opposed to 8:30, 8:45 at night.
Bit different.
So we've even got the curtains closed because it's just so bright, because
You can see on our glasses.
the living room gets the sun in the afternoon. So apologies if glasses glare.
It's annoying me myself, so I'm taking
I
mine
can't
off.
take mine off because I won't be able to see. And we're also looking at the little camera screen as opposed to the big TV screen today, but we are sat closer, which we think might work better.
I look weird.
And it will gradually improve in here, because we are decluttering. I still have contents of my former shop in here, along with all sorts of junk. The walls are bright pink because Nikki used to use this room as a bedroom when she moved back in for a while. And we haven't changed it yet. But there you go. So
we all have a dumping room. Mine's my front room.
A bit closer up today, so we haven't got to keep getting up. Anyway, so to start off with, FOs.
FOs?
Would you like to go first? Have you got any?
I've got no FOs, but I've got a hoe.
Well, I've got FOs.
You show
so
your
I'll do
FOs.
the FOs first, as we're at the beginning. I finally finished. I haven't put them on my sock blockers, but I finally finished my socks from the Socks of Oz. They were called
Follow the Yellow Brick Road.
Just Follow.
Just follow.
Yeah, based on the Yellow Brick Road. So I finally finished them. I was determined this time I was going to finish these socks. Look at that. Instant focus in this time.
Do you want me to put that one on the blocker?
Yeah, please. With the lovely, this is supposed to be the yellow, I think, Follow the Road. And there's the bricks. And I learned 4 new techniques in this sock. I think it was 4. I learned to Judy's Magic Cast On. I learned to Magic Loop knitting, which I don't like one bit.
No, you really don't, do you?
German short row heel, which I've never done before, and I like that. That was a really good fit. And I learned the darned cast off, where you use a sewing needle.
This toe
And it was toe up. Oh yeah, and it was toe up. Is that 5?
5.
Judy's Magic Cast On. Toe up. German short row heel. Magic loop and darned cast off. So I think that was 5 new techniques, so they were quite a learning curve.
They're really nice.
And they fit really nice. These are the first socks I've knitted on 2.25 as well, because I've normally knitted on 2.75 or 2.5. Went down to 2.5 and then I've finally gone down to 2.25. And these are just such a nice fit. I like the darned cast off as well, because basically it's really easy. And
it's a bit too big for the thing.
yeah, they look super long, but they fit.
That's how
I am like
tall.
a UK size 6.5 to 7, but they fit really nice. And it's knitted. They're knitted in Stranded Dye Works, Nougat,
Really soft.
Paradise MCN, Merino Cashmere Nylon, and they are mega soft. You can definitely feel the difference between the posh yarn and your everyday commercial yarns.
I like this technique.
But I love this, yeah. I just like these socks. I think at some point in the future, not yet, but at some point in the future, I will knit these again. So that's a full pair. Finally. Oh, so Christy from Relatively Crafty, I will finally be able to send the wool. That's why I was keen to get these done more than anything, because I was sending all my leftovers. And then I've finished also my rainbow socks. Do you want to stick one of them on the blocker? My rainbow socks. This is in Opal Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Cover my face up. Opal Sparkle.
Here we go.
Sock yarn. I don't want to pick it up. Maybe I'm a bit too close.
What stitch count do you use?
On this one, right? I normally do. I normally do a 64 stitch cast on between 15 and 20 rib rows. I usually do 45 rows leg.
Yeah.
And 45 rows foot, but I've changed that on these. I think I've done 30. I think I've done 39 because I've gone down to a 2.25.
Yeah.
And I have slightly shortened them because I am finding socks I've knitted before. I've obviously gone a little bit baggy.
Yeah.
Gone a little bit loose, so I've shortened the length a bit so that they're a tighter fit. So when they
No negative ease.
yeah, so
Is that it? Positive
no
ease?
positive ease.
Positive
But you
ease.
want negative ease on socks anyway.
Yeah.
Because they're going to stretch well. Some of them have, I mean, I still wear them all, but some of them have stretched more than others. So I've knitted these on 2.25 as well, but I've gone from a 64, I've changed it to 60. I like a longer leg on mine, whereas Nikki likes shorter. And I've slightly shortened the foot. But these are just my plain vanilla socks. I use it from the TB Ramsden pattern, which you get free when you buy the Wendy Rome yarn. When you buy Wendy Rome yarn, because I've done Wendy Rome Fusion socks, and I just use that pattern. Yeah. But normally it's 56 and then 64 and then 72. Well, I didn't want to go down to 54. I didn't want to go down another needle size, so I switched it to 60.
Yeah.
And just adjusted. So I'm quite pleased with those. So that's 2 new pairs of socks.
Yay!
I really love the colour of these because I love the glitter in them as well. It's really nice. The green and purple ones I've got to do next. So that's finished objects. So Nikki's got half object today.
I have half object. These are showed on Instagram. They're done in opal sock yarn. And they've got sparkle in them. They're really sparkly. That's what it makes up like.
We're loving these opal yarns.
I'm digging them.
I love this colour.
This is, I couldn't tell you what the colourway is.
They're just numbers, aren't they?
The numbers. It's on, I have a Etsy page. I have a Ravelry project page because these are going to be for my friend's birthday. So I've used Mina Phillips Union Square sock pattern from her New York Sock Club. I bought the book and I really like it because I think it's really nice. It's really nice lacy design.
It's lovely. I quite fancy doing these myself. Have you done, what heel have you done there?
Fish lips.
Fish lips. You didn't do a German short roll?
No, I was doing this while suffering with a migraine. I had it all week, so I was doing this whilst trying to deal with that, and I was trying to watch a video on how to do a German short row heel. It's probably really simple, but my brain just wasn't computing, so I thought, no, I'm not even going to try and battle that. I'm just going to do it. I did a fish lips kiss heel.
But saying that, as you can see, Nicola is looking a lot better on this week than she did on she's done on the previous videos. Just looking a bit happier, less tired.
Less tired, less sicky, less migraine-y, less everything.
And plus she hasn't been at work all day.
That too!
Which is why one of the reasons we're switching to doing on Sundays where possible, because we usually go out, my husband and myself go out on Sundays. But we can squeeze this in.
Just squeeze it in, yeah. Every
other week.
Plus, so I've done that. That's going to be for my friend's birthday in August, and I've cast on the second one already. Going down the leg. I'm doing a small. I decided this time, even though we're the same size feet, me and my friend, I've downsized the stitch count but kept my needle size. Because I knit on 2.75s, because my gauge is way tighter than yours. Did you do them on 2.75s?
No, they're on 2.25s.
Oh my jeez. I'm tight. I don't understand how I knit so tight. But I'm doing the 56 stitch count. They fit me.
Yeah, but
you're
doing. Yeah, but when I knitted on 2.75, because I did for a while, I went from 3mm to 2.75, and I knitted a 64 stitch, whereas you're doing 50.
This is a 56.
56, so it's a big difference
so
in stitches.
Normally, for me personally, I do a 64, but I think since doing this one at 52,
56.
56 one, yeah. I don't know why I said 52. I think I'll do that. I think I'll do it this stitch count. Might do myself a pair.
I mean,
see how they are.
We might have been knitting a long time, but we've only been doing socks for on and off. We've only started since we've been doing the podcasting. We've only started knitting more socks since doing the podcasting. So it's gradually each time you knit socks, it's trying a different size. and stitch count
See
to find
works.
what works best for us. Now I think now the 2.25, and I tried Magic Loop with crap needles, and I tried Magic Loop with good needles, and I still don't like it. I don't mind. I don't think I'd mind. I've done it on a hat, and I don't think I'd mind doing it on a jumper, because you've got a lot more stitches in between. The constant having to push your needle in, pull your needle out. That's what drove me nuts. I like my DPNs, and I like my 9-inch circs. Took me ages to get used to the 9-inch circulars, but once I got used to them, I really like those now. So I actually switched from Magic Loop because it was driving me crazy. I thought I'm never going to finish these. That's what slowed me down on these, I think. And I switched onto my DPNs, and I can tell because on the first sock is the paler sock. The first one seems much paler than the second one, but my tension is much better on this sock, I think. It looks, can you see, it looks a bit tighter and neater. That's the one I did on my DPNs, and these ones I did on my 9-inch circs, and I did them completely. I don't take them off, whereas initially I took, when you get to the heel, because I did the heel flap and gusset, I'd normally take it off and put it onto DPNs to do the heel flap and gusset. But I do it all. It's really easy, just putting a couple of stitch markers in and do it all on those. The only time I have to switch onto DPNs is for the toe, because it gets too small.
Yeah.
And not enough stitches on the needle just for the toe. That's the only time I have to switch it onto DPNs. So going on how I feel, I would use DPNs or 9-inch circs. 9-inch circs are great, and I use Cheer Goo. Nikki's not the biggest fan.
No.
I like Magic Loop. She likes a Magic Loop.
They're safer to knit on around Michael. Because I found when I'm knitting on DPNs, because I do manage to do quite a bit of knitting around Michael when he's playing and he's quite happy. Especially I've knitted most of that sock whilst I was with Michael.
You've knitted that up really quick.
It took. I started it last Thursday.
Yeah.
Not last week, the week before. And I did it everywhere. I did it on the sofa while I was dying in bed. I even contemplated taking it into the bath, but I didn't. Because I thought, oh God, if I drop it in the bath, that's it, I'm buggered. Because I put in loads of Epsom salts to help with my back. And then I just kept going. And then I finally finished it.
Don't you find though, well I have done, with all the socks I've knitted recently, I knit the first one super quick, really quick. I can knit that within a few days. And then the second one, I start it and then get bored.
Yeah, I had a few days.
And start thinking about, I mean, at the moment I'm in that mode. I need to finish stuff because I've got so many things I want to do. I've seen, like the new Shawl Society wrap. I want to do that. I've got an Anakin Alice one from Yarn Addict Annie. I've bought a pattern. I want to do that. That cowl I've done before with the zigzag cowl at the Edinburgh Yarn Fest.
Oh yeah.
I want to knit that again. There's at least 3 different baby things I want to knit, and I've said I'll knit my friend Jodie, the girl at work, a pair of socks. Well, they're double knit socks, so they'll knit up really quick. I'll do them 2 at a time then, because I've got 2 sets of the DPNs in the right size for that.
That's good.
And I've got a pair of socks from the Knit Picks collection, latest sock collection I bought that I want to do. So it's just like, I need to get some off my needles so I can finish. I've got 2 pairs of socks off, but I am resisting casting any more on because I'm trying to get a shawl off the needles.
Yeah.
Now.
Whereas I've been going around frogging stuff. Like I started that hat that I showed in the last episode, the Stegosaurus hat that I was knitting for Michael. Well, I sat and did some knitting it, and I was looking at it, and Michael was sat in front of me watching the telly, and I'm looking at his head, and I'm looking at the pattern while I was knitting. I'm like, no, there is no way this is going to fit his head. No way. So I've just ripped that back out, wound it back up, and Mum was like, said, "Can you not double it up?" I'm like, no, because I'll lose the funkiness in the yarn. So I'll just find a different hat to do in for winter. And then I started the Flax Light sweater for him in that Madeline Tosh yarn that I wasn't best impressed with. Still wasn't best impressed with it, so that's been ripped out.
I think that yarn's going to go in a giveaway or a prize.
Yeah, we'll give it away to somebody who might appreciate it.
I'm sure there's people out there that will absolutely love it, but I don't. I just can't wrap my head around the colour. It probably made nice at Christmas. I think that's where they got it, in a knit crate.
Christmas.
In the knit crate box, and it was Christmas. It came at Christmas, but it's just.
I could see it being Christmas, but
it's not my colours.
It's just not for me.
And you take knit, and Nikki doesn't get on with it, but I'm sure there's plenty of people would.
Sure there is.
Would
So
like it.
that's being ripped out, and then that rainbow drop shawl that I started. It's so pretty, and I'm doing it in that purple from Rusty Ferret.
Yeah.
I've not done any more on that since the last podcast I showed it on, where I said I thought I'd done the row wrong. I don't know if I've done the row wrong because I've just not been able to pick it back up and redo it. So I was thinking I will do that, but with a different yarn. I'm going to rip that yarn out and reuse that yarn because I'm going to be real. I'm not going to do it.
No, well, I'm being realistic with things like that. If I put it aside now, I never feel inclined to pick it up.
Because I want
Just
to
rip it out and make something else. You've got to love what you're doing.
I'm enjoying what I'm doing, but because the amount of concentration that it involves and how lacking of an attention span I have at the moment, it's not going to happen. Every time I go to pick it up, something gets distracting me. So it's obviously not meant to be. So that yarn's going to be for someone else.
Not to worry.
So, yeah. So that's why you've not seen any of those things again.
I found the blanket the other day. I started doing a zigzag blanket.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that. I'd got it out to redo it some time back. It had been under my coffee table in its bag, but as I pulled it out of the bag, I discovered lots of pulls.
Oops.
And cat hair in it, where the cat had obviously discovered it.
Yeah.
And was trying to pull it out the bag to Lyle.
Little
So,
monkey.
I was trying to correct some of the pulls, see if I could pull them back through, because if not, I'll have to give up on that. But I don't want to. I want to do that because it's going to look nice on my settee, but it's a bit warm.
And
it's a bit warm for blanket knitting at the moment.
I started crocheting, you know, the Evolution yarn I bought in the black and the pink. I started crocheting that. I've not got very far with that, and I've ripped that back out. I think I want to knit it instead.
I can't imagine that Wendy Evolution yarn that I made the shawl with, that I showed in the last episode, the
linen-y one,
the turquoisey cottony one that went to beige, went from turquoisey shades to beige. Because I said like it was a yarn that's not twisted, it's not been plied, it's very thin, it looks like cotton strands, and it's not plied, it's not twisted at all. So I knitted with it fine, but you had to pay attention to what you were doing because even though it was a simple pattern, because you'd split the stitches, you need a little go between them, and you'd get so far and then you'd realise there's a little loop. I can't imagine because it's got a crochet pattern on the box, I can't imagine what it would be like crocheting.
You had to concentrate.
Crocheting that, because you'd be constantly
and I had to change
only picking 3 or 2 up, or that'd drive me insane.
I had to change I like using metal crochet hooks, whereas I prefer wooden knitting needles, whereas I had to use a wooden hook whilst doing that for that reason. I don't know why, I just seem to do it better. But I've ripped that back out, but since seeing Mum's knitted up, I prefer it.
Yeah.
The knit look.
It does look
nice.
nice.
Think it looks lovely and it drapes so nice. So that's going to be ripped out and put aside. The only thing I didn't rip out was my jumper.
Saying that, crochet, I keep looking on Instagram at the moment, I keep seeing all these. I'm not a big fan of crochet. I've never been a big fan of the look of crochet, of your typical crochet. It just doesn't appeal to me. But and I can crochet, and I have crocheted a few. I have crocheted a few things.
It's just not your cup of tea.
The look doesn't appeal to me. But saying that, on Instagram lately, a couple of 2 or 3 people that I follow are crocheters, and there've been some beautiful shawls that don't have your typical granny square type look to them coming on. It's making me actually think I might have a go. There's a lady I follow, Lisa Pines Notes.
Pine Notes,
and she's done this dragonfly square.
I've seen that, it's beautiful.
That's actually a free download on Ravelry. The only problem for me is it's in American terms as opposed to English, but you can.
I can easily tell you the difference.
Yeah, I can look that up. I know the difference between single crochet is double crochet, and I know our double crochet is the treble, and our treble is the double treble.
Double treble.
Boom, boom. Just need to write it out again in English terminology, so that I should learn American really. so that I'm not going to get confused when I'm doing it, because I really fancy doing that. It looks really nice.
I saw it on Instagram and I really liked it.
I fancy doing some squares in that.
Talking of crochet, I'm finishing a round before I show you what I've been doing. So I'm trying to get it done while
Anyway,
we're talking.
We are kind of waffling on at the moment. So we are going to go on to works in progress. So while Nikki finishes that, the shawl I was talking about trying to finish is, I've got sat here, I've been trying really hard this morning to finish this today, but we had to go out and see the Rellies. My nan from down south, my dad's mum, has been visiting, so we went to visit.
91 or 92?
90, I think.
No,
It should be 91 by now.
91, because we went to her 90th and Michael were tiny.
Yeah.
Huh?
Don't forget she might watch this.
Oh well.
I think
Go going!
we have to be good with the age. You have to get the age right. I think it's 91 because Michael was sitting on my knee.
He was.
If
If you're
playing with the
watching
balloons.
Hiya.
Hi, Auntie Jill, Nan,
Yeah.
if you watch this. So we've been to visit them this afternoon because they came visiting my dad. She's the most sprightly 90-year-old you've ever seen in your life. I hope I'm as fit as she is.
She moves quicker than me.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm as fit as she is if I ever make it to 90. But we went with Michael and we took Michael, so we were only there for an hour and a bit before he was like grabbing our hands and saying bye-bye everybody.
He was.
He was going bye-bye, bye-bye. We had to say, right, we're going.
Right, we're going.
So we come home to film this. Anyway, this is what I was knitting. I've been showing this over the last couple of episodes. I've been trying. This is the pattern that I got free with when I bought my Sirdar colour wheel to knit the shawl, which I knit for my mum.
Really?
And the only thing I decided when I'd knitted that was not only did I not like the colour blocking on it, but my mum did, so that was fine. It didn't come out. I didn't think it was big enough. Anyways, it's in DK weight. I'd bought a lot of this wool, this yarn. This was King Cole Country Tweed, which has been discontinued, but I bought a pack of 10 off the Woolman on the Market. The Woolman on the Market is closing.
I know, I'm sad.
Next Saturday, can't believe it. It's going to save us a fortune. Save me a fortune though. I might actually have some money in my pocket occasionally. But I bought this, a pack of 10.
So find someone new.
I got a pack of 10 for 20 quid. £20. I got a pack of 10 for £20 and these were normal, no, pack of 12 for £20 and they're normally £5.50 a ball, I think. So that's pretty good.
Bargain.
So I decided I'm going to knit one of these because I liked the pattern. I really like the pattern. It's an easy, mindless, pretty mindless pattern. So I've knitted it a lot bigger.
It reminds me of a sweet.
So I've nearly done. I've only got about 7 more of these blocks to do, and as you can see, there's not many stitches left on my needle now. So it's not gonna. It's in repeats of 7. So as it's about 6 or 7 I've got left to do. But now, as you can see, actually I could probably put it on. This is more like what my mum wanted, the size that she wanted, I think. So, let me see that.
Yeah, it's looking good. With your tassels. Yeah, it's looking nice.
So, that's the wrong way around.
It'll suit you that one. Is that something you'd wear like
a shawl? I don't know.
Cheese?
You could, but I think it might be a bit.
Not in the dead of winter.
I think it might be a bit big for that. But I'm thinking this is going to be. As I'm knitting it, I'm liking it. I keep thinking this would make a nice blanket.
It would.
And I've got another 10 balls of this.
Yeah.
I've just gone on to a third. I've just gone on to a third one.
You should weave it and see what that looks like.
I don't know whether it'd hold up.
Is it like a single plank?
It might work. No, it's all right. It is twisted, but I don't, because it's a bit fluffy. I don't know whether it'd hold up to the beating with the heddle. So I think it would make a good weft, but not a good warp. I'd have to use a different warp. You can use anything for a weft. So I'm thinking
weft.
But I've knitted it. I must have. If anybody's knitting a colour wheel shawl, I think I've added on about an extra 5 repeats, I think. So obviously you get an extra 5 repeats on each side, which makes it considerably deeper and considerably wider. So it'll be a proper good winter shawl. So I've knitted this with my mum in mind because I knitted her the other one, but the instant reaction I got was I think she was expecting it to be bigger. So You know, mothers are never happy.
Ugh.
So whether I'll just give it her or put it away for Christmas.
Put it away for Christmas. That way you don't have to think then, do you?
Yeah, and then so that'll be that done. So I might have that finished.
Just make sure you write on it's for Nanny.
Yeah, I might have that actually finished tonight, and then there's a good chance I'll cast on another one of those because it's such an easy pattern. I might cast another one on in. I've got some Stylecraft Summer Breeze in like pinks and lilacs. It's like 50% cotton. Would make a nice.
I knitted a baby bolero in that.
Yeah, would make a nice summer weight one, lightweight one. So that will be because it's something I can sit and do easily while I'm watching the telly, and I can do it on my straights because I did it on my Knit Pro Symphonies. I love these needles. I only get the 30cm ones. I don't like the 35cm, and I can steam along on these. I need to film myself because people are always asking, how do you knit?
She's a machine.
How do I knit? I'll get Nikki to film me knitting one day because when I'm just doing plain stocking stitch, whether it be purl, because I don't have a problem doing purl. I know a lot of people say they don't like purling, but I have absolutely no problem purling. What's buzzing around me here then?
No, that was my phone buzzing.
Oh. I can purl really fast as well as knit pretty fast if I'm just doing stocking stitch. So I was sitting there whizzing away this morning trying, I will do this. My hands are like saying, no you won't.
No, you
and I'm
won't.
saying, yes you will. Because my hands are aching at the moment. I don't think I do a lot, but I know other people think I do a lot.
I think she does a lot. I don't know how she finds the
But
energy.
I don't do enough, obviously, because there's a lot of things I want to do. So
You like starting projects?
yes, I do. But I'm in the finishing mode. I'm in finishing mode at the moment because I've got my rainbow shawl. I've not bothered getting it out because I've put a couple of stripes on, but I want to get that done as well.
I'm nearly done, so you can talk about something else.
Have you not finished yet?
No, I've
What
got
are you
one.
on?
I've got
Go on
one.
crochet fast.
Yeah, I've practically done a whole round while you've been waffling.
One whole round.
Shut up, you.
Do you know, slacker? Do you know I think I call you that every episode?
She does. She's so mean to me.
You know I have to keep her. In check. Keep her productive. Right. If you see me on Instagram, no, I can't do that now. That's baby section. Would you like to see my hand-dyed wool? Once you finish
Well,
this
I'm not
round?
prepared at all.
Before? After? I've been, as you might be aware, I've been fancying having a go at doing some hand dyeing. I showed this on Instagram. I got this quite cheap at our local Abercan. I say local, but it's in Manchester. It's about 20 miles away. Because it's undyed and it's relatively cheap, cost me £5.50.
That's a bargain.
See? Proof. So I'll zoom it. I can't see it because we're looking on a tiny screen. I'm assuming you can see that.
Just about see it.
It's 100% Jacob's fleece. This is what I knitted my zigzag cowl in. They're both natural colours from the sheep. They're not dyed. So I thought I would get, because there's nowhere around here that sells undyed yarn. So I thought, well, I'll get some of that because I know they've got the stock in that there. It's cheap and cheerful and it's good for quick projects. I thought I'll knit another cowl because I said when I made that last one I was going to knit more. Actually,
I've done my round.
right, so this is the cowl I'm talking about. Show the nice side, not the bit with the jog. So that's the cowl I'm talking about. That was I showed in the previous episode. Those were the two yarns I knitted it in, and I fancied knitting it again in a different colour, but I like that yarn. So now I've got my own dyes.
I like those.
These are the two colours. This was the grey coloured one, grey brown coloured one. It is now burgundy or maroon. What would you say? Maroon, burgundy?
I'd say it's
Probably open the curtains now. Actually.
burgundy.
Ah! Are we a bit too bright there?
I think we're alright.
Is that alright? We're not overexposed completely, are we?
We do get sunshine in the UK.
So you can see the right colour. This is there. So it's going to be a little bit tonal, I think. And I did it twice because the first time I did it there was still some grey areas, so I put a bit more in and did it again. And then I did this one to match. I was going for a speckly look, but I'm a newbie, so I didn't get it quite right. I think I know where I went wrong, but it's still come out nice nonetheless. I'm pleased with it anyway.
I like it.
So that's going to be
Pretty.
that's going to be that. So that's my dyeing adventures this week. I'm not going to dye anymore until I can buy. I'm just trying to save up a bit of money so I can buy quite a few at once.
In one go,
so
yeah.
I can have a proper play.
Proper play.
And then maybe I can do 2 or 3 the same at the same time in the same pan, as opposed to just doing one. And then I can always put a couple on in our Etsy shop.
That'd be cool.
So that's that one.
Have you any more whips that aren't baby section?
I've got my shawl with my hand-dyed gel, my first hand-dyed gel.
We'll show that because this whip, this is my one and only whip, other than my sock.
You sure?
Yeah.
Right, so this is
then we can do baby section.
my shawl from Sprite's Fen Shawl by Helen Stewart. This is, it's not showing any pattern details there. It's in black and white, obviously I've only printed in black and white so I don't use up all the colour ink in our printer. My husband wants it for photographs. And this is, this was June's pattern on the Shawl Society, which I fell in love with as soon as I saw. And I thought I'm going to use the hand-dyed yarn that I did a few weeks ago, my first foray.
I'm being blinded, can we shut the curtains again?
Yep. Sorry. Sorry. Excuse one's cleavage.
Oh, I can see again. The clouds just moved.
Yeah, it's just moved and we're being dazzled. The window's right opposite us. So, this was my own hand-dyed yarn.
I'm loving it.
And I wanted to do this shawl. I'm loving how this is coming out.
And that's the Shawl Society one?
This is the Shawl Society. The pattern isn't available to buy until the end of, I think, the 6 months period now. If you had to buy into it, into the club, and you get a pattern every month for 6 months. So this one I loved, and I thought I'd do. It's just done in one colour, I think, in the thing with the lacy section around the edge done in a different on the pattern. But I thought I'll use my 2 yarns because you need at least 2 full skeins. I thought I'll use them all the way through. I'll just change it at each pattern section to give it colour. So I'm quite pleased. I'm loving how the colours. I wanted a pattern where it showed stocking stitch, where you'd see stocking stitch. So my very first yarn, because this is the first colour I dyed, would show up properly. Because I think on garter stitch it doesn't show up quite the same. And then the creamy one with the speckles, obviously I did that afterwards to match. So I'm really pleased with how this is coming out. But this is, I'm trying not to. I don't want to hurry it because I want it to.
Enjoying it.
I want to just enjoy knitting it, and get it right. So those are my 2 skeins of yarn.
Should dye some with a bit of a sparkle in it.
Well, I do have one with a sparkle in, a sock yarn with a sparkle in. But I haven't dyed that yet, and I'm not sure what I'm going to dye it for. So I'm waiting to see if there's something I want, a colourway I want before I decide to do it. I am knitting this on higher interchangeables 4mm. That's a US size. Can't see with my glasses on. 6. Size 6 US higher circulars.
How silly that sounds.
I know. Up close, I'm finding over this last 12 months, since I got my last glasses, he did say to me, the optician said to me, he says, because the strength had gone up, he did say that you will find at some point you will start having to take your glasses off, because I don't need them for reading here. You will have to start taking them off.
I need mine for distance.
To look at, well, mine's for distance, but I'll have to start taking them off. My distance is coming in.
Oh.
But here is fine. Anything that's here, I'm reading here, or anything that's small, when you're reading something on a packet, whereas most people are going like that to see it, I'm going and looking over my glasses because I can see fine there, but my glasses are now too strong for looking. My eyes must have changed a bit over the last year, so now my glasses are too strong to see up close. I have to look over the top for it to clear. It's fine when I'm walking around and in general just looking, but if I want to read something small,
you gotta look over.
I gotta look over me. I can do the schoolmistress thing and look over my glasses.
Or Michael's desk.
Yeah. So there you go. And it's in my lovely Woollyelephant drawstring bag, handmade by Nikki in the Welly Bob. My Welly Bob. I just love that fabric to buy. Just gonna make some more of these.
Yeah, I need some more Welly Bob fabric. Yeah. I'll go buy some.
It doesn't necessarily have to be Welly Bob stuff, does it?
It does.
But it is cool. It is pretty cool.
It's cool, Willy Bob.
I've got about 3 bags in this now. So, I think that's my work in progresses that are not baby orientated, because I'm saving the baby ones for the baby section. So, on to Nikki.
So, on baby section, I just want to mention our cow and say thank you to everybody who has joined in.
So far?
It's been lovely to see people have been posting pictures in our baby cow chatter, and we've also opened a baby
Finished objects
cow
thread.
FO thread, yeah, and we've actually got people who've posted already and finished things.
We are knitting for it ourselves. On crochet, you can crochet for it as well.
Yeah, well, I'm crocheting, which is what I'm going to show you in a second.
The only rules were it had to be 30 grams.
30 grams.
30 grams or minimum 30 grams or more. No whips, because it's baby projects, so you know you can only it's 3 months.
Like 3 seconds.
Start June the 30th, start finish until September the 30th, so it's plenty of more than enough time, even for the slowest knitter, to knit something.
Yes.
For babies. So if it takes multiple things to get into the 30 grams, like several pairs of booties, several hats, cardigan hat and booties, if you're doing really small, then that's fine.
You're laughing.
As long as you what you submit is 30 grams or more.
Yes, and hopefully in the next podcast we may have a prize or two to show. I'm going to make a couple of bags to give away as prizes, and
I'm hoping to dye some yarn,
we may have a couple of other gubbins, but
and I've got other stuff.
no promises yet. We've
Yeah.
got till September.
Yeah, I've got plenty of time. So
I'll show you what I'm making. This is one of the things I'm making.
so if you're not doing it yourself and you've got any friends that are in the knitting community that are knitting for babies or knit for children,
Let them know.
let them know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be fun. I'm doing. Soon this won't fit in. Is that even in the screen?
Yes.
Yes, I'm knitting. I'm not knitting. I'm crocheting a star blanket for one's new arrival, and this is just.
Yes, if you haven't heard, she's currently, is it 15 weeks?
I'm 15 weeks.
15 weeks pregnant, expecting a new arrival in January.
Michael Mark 2.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if it's a boy. We don't know.
We had decided on the baby cow before we knew she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Not just because she's pregnant.
May seem like that, and
But
it kind
it's
of
not.
works that way. But
It does
it's-
work that way, but it was before she was pregnant.
Before we found out, when I found out I was pregnant for Michael, I wanted to crochet a blanket, and I cast on straight away, and I did this big 12-pointed flower star
Blanket.
blanket. It's ginormous, and I did it in all bright, funky colours because I don't do pastels. She says, but I'm doing this I'm doubling it up, and I'm doing 2 Wendy Peter Pan in white.
This is their premium acrylic yarn. Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, and it's super
Acrylic-
duper soft.
Yeah, premium.
Um,
You would think it feels like a bit like merino.
It is. Yeah, it does actually.
Mm.
I never thought of that.
It is very soft, but it's washable.
So-
Easily washable and dryable.
I'm gonna crochet. I'm gonna crochet till I get to the end of these balls, because I've got 200 gram balls, and then I find out what I'm expecting. 21st of August, which is like 10 years away.
It's gonna feel like that.
And I've got a baby pink and I've got a baby blue in the Peter Pan at home. I think I've got a couple of balls in each.
Well, let's look. There's more up there.
Well,
Should you require it?
And I was gonna, because this won't be finished until after I find out what the baby is, because then I want the main part to be white, and then
You know, baby's puke's got to show up properly.
shut up here. And then the outer borders will be gender associated and bright and colourful with a pastel in it. Because then I'll probably, if I was gonna have like a boy, another boy, I'll probably do it like reds and like bright reds and blue, and put in baby blue. And then if it's a girl, I'll do pink and like, I don't know, maybe a nice green.
Mm.
Me who doesn't like green.
She's well
Maybe like a nice,
converted to green now.
maybe like a really nice dark navy blue.
This top.
You know, something like that. Because I would like it to be, because this is going to be a winter baby, I would like this blanket to be the blanket that baby's wrapped up in.
Red. Then do it in red. It's a Christmas blanket.
Yeah, red.
And you might have it at Christmas, you never know.
Oh, don't jinx me. Grandad will get mightily upset.
Yeah. No, you have to have it on your dad's birthday. It's
Yeah.
due on the 6th of January, is it?
6th of January.
Dad's birthday's on the 3rd of January.
I've booked baby in.
He would be most thrilled.
Here you are, Dad. Have another grandchild.
Have we got another grandchild on his birthday? He's granddad.
He's not excited at all.
No, not at all. He's a doting granddad, to say the least.
Oh yeah, and his favourite at the moment.
Yeah, granddad this and granddad that. Nanny's been usurped and shoved to the back.
Yeah, whereas Nanny was the favourite for quite a while. Now it's Grandad. Loves Grandad. Copies him in everything. When Grandad goes, where's Grandad? Mummy, Grandad. Where's Grandad? How dare Grandad not live with us?
Well, it can be arranged. Anyway.
That's my contribution. And I was saying earlier that I will be knitting garments for this baby once I find out what I'm having. Because
I couldn't wait.
I want to know.
I knitted the sheep jumper last episode, knowing I was getting a grandchild, but I still think
It will never.
unless she pops out a small one, which is highly unlikely, but you never know. It might
never
come
know.
a bit early and it might fit, or it might fit it for a week. I keep saying I'm going to make a new. At some point, I'm going to make probably once I know what we're getting.
Yeah.
I will make another one of those. I'm not going to make it in pink or blue, but there are other colours. You know, like lilacs. I quite fancy doing a lilac sky.
That'd be nice.
That are suitable for girl. That had been more suitable for girl than a boy, and other colours that had probably been more suited to a boy.
Yeah,
There we
more
go.
leaning towards
Yeah,
the gender.
even though you could put them on either.
Not typical.
I mean, you could put lilac on a boy. I mean, there was. I remember Becky at work, Geordie's auntie. When I knitted a few cardigans for her, she wanted the lilac and cream one, striped cardigan I did in the baby merino for a boy.
Why not?
It looked quite girly to me, but she wanted it for a boy. So, but you know, why not? Why not? Indeed, we're not supposed to be. We're supposed to be gender neutral these days, which I think's a load of twat.
Hell's bells. If Michael has pink tops and he's getting a baby pram and his baby and a pram for his birthday.
I'm not for baby pink. Putting the baby girl in baby pink and the baby boy in baby blue. Bright reds, greens, autumn colours, bolds, bright blue, bright orange.
But I'll admit, I'll be excited if I am having a girl. It would be nice to knit something pink.
Pink. But it is nice to do. I mean, because I am going to be doing something in pink. I don't mind doing stuff in pink. But I don't think necessarily new babies. You see little baby girls always dressed in pink, and new babies. Everything. You go to buy clothes in the shop and everything.
Pink.
It's pink, baby
Or
pink or
lemon.
baby blue. There's not really any
No
other
other
choice. For the little babies, it's pink or blue, which I don't think's right, really.
No.
They should put other colours in as well.
I
You get your beiges now.
your yellows.
Other than your yellow and your mint green, you do get beige colours now and a bit of grey.
If I have my baby at Christmas, I'm going to dress him up in a Santa outfit.
So,
That wouldn't be that cruel, but that'd be dead cute.
acquisitions. We'll do acquisitions before the baby section. And then we'll timestamp the baby section.
But I've just announced the baby section and talked about the cow, and we've just waffled on about babies.
Baby section.
Might as well carry on.
Sorry, carry on with the baby section. I am currently knitting baby dress. I wasn't sure if that was just a work in progress. I must have missed that somewhere along the way. You know me, I drift off.
Well, you're just a bit.
I'll cut that out.
Wow, I land.
Have you seen that?
No.
This was the first one I knitted on Instagram. I'm knitting this lovely little
It's cute.
baby dress. This is not baby size. It's toddler size.
It's going to be for a toddler, isn't it?
And I'm knitting in baby pink. And lilac, but that's what I've got.
We don't do gender colours.
We don't do gender colours. But in my shop, when I closed it, I had a lot of Peter Pan. I've got one on here somewhere. But Peter Pan, baby merino. This is beautiful yarn to knit with. I absolutely love it. I've knitted so much stuff. I knitted, when I showed the big woven pashmina, it was in this. Because I had that much of it left, especially in the creams and the whites. I forgot what I was saying now.
You did Michael a jacket in it?
I did Michael a jacket in it, in blue, in the baby blue, and
Cream.
when he was about
Cream
6
or
months,
white.
cream or white, both I think,
Probably.
by mistake. Which brings me to a point.
And this year it had
Anyway,
a line
so
on it.
because I bought a baby merino, a new a pattern book that they've got, So I'm knitting. I want to do it in the colours that's in the book, but I've still got this stuff. So I thought I'm going to knit this little dress. I'll show you the pattern in a second. This little dress. Because I've got a niece that's the same age as Michael. Hang on in a minute. I've got a niece who's the same age as Michael, who's just about to turn 2 in a couple of weeks. She's only 2 weeks younger than Michael. And there's Becky at work who's got a little girl that's the same age as Michael.
She's due in September.
Yeah, she's only about 6 weeks younger or something like that, isn't she?
Something like that, yeah.
6-8 weeks younger. And she automatically said when I was knitting that side, because they all looked at this big, oh, Lily. She said, Lily's outside, Lily's outside.
me.
And she's a pink little girl, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
So I'm knitting it, I think I'm knitting it in roughly that size. And this is the colours I had still in my stash. Because when this baby merino first came out, it basically was in cream, white, grey, baby pink, baby blue and lilac. There was no other colours. And they were selling it in my shop and it sold quite well. And it was the only 100% wool that I sold.
It's lovely.
But it knits, the stitch definition on it.
It's fab. Even from the wrong side.
It's really nice. So I started knitting this one. And obviously predominantly, because I've got a lot, in white. Because in the pattern there's a cardigan to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cream. I thought it was cream. It looks like a cream, a very pale cream. But
yeah.
this is the white. What they call the white.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And well, it is when you look next to it, next to the cream.
That's white.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is their white. Off-white. Ivory even. But I digress. Anyway, yes, I was knitting it at night.
Baby brain.
She distracted me. This is why you're not allowed to talk to me at work.
Sorry.
Knitting it under the fake lights. Under the fake lights, the yellow lights, I thought all my balls of yarn were the same colour.
Yeah.
Right? Till I started knitting part number 2. And I did this in the evening, never thought anything of it, and then started knitting this bit during the day. And it was only when I started knitting it during the day, can you see the difference?
Oh, good.
Look how different that looks. Under fake lights, crappy lights, they both look exactly the same. There was no way when I'd knitted that much was I going to pull it back. Turns out, all the rest I've got left is in this colour. The cream, this is cream. This is white. It does look white next to that.
It does, yeah.
And I've got no more of the white.
Uh-oh.
So, that's where that one goes. Until I can get another ball. When I put an order in somewhere for something else, I'll get another ball of the white and I'll do another side to that.
Yeah.
And then, so I've got to knit yet another one. I thought I would have this done and finished for today because if I hadn't found that out, I'd have done it, sewn it together under the fake crappy lights, and then in the daylight would have realised it's got a different colour front and back.
Oh no!
Because both the front and back are the same, and then there's a cardigan to match, which I was going to do as well because I thought I'd like to knit the little set, which I shall show you. This is the book that I bought, so I am doing we're doing a bit of a review over the next few weeks on Peter Pan yarns. Predominantly I'm going to be using this baby merino and we'll probably be using the Peter Pan double knit because that's what we've got. I've ordered some other colours and we just like I love the Peter Pan yarn. This is the dress and the cardigan. This is called the Heritage Collection. So that's the cardigan over the top.
Cute.
And this is the little dress. How cute is that?
It's like a little flapper girl dress.
It is a little shift dress, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dead sweet. So I thought about knitting it in cotton as well.
Yeah, I'd be really
It'd be nice to knit in cotton for the summer. But as it is, I've not got cotton. I've got merino. I wanted to use this stuff up because I'm trying to be good and use stuff from my stash because I've got a lot of stash. But so I should have enough for the cardigan. So I'm hoping to do the cardigan as well. But we shall see. It depends how much yarn I've actually got left. I've not got a huge lot of the pink. If I've got enough of the pink and the lilac, I might make the cardigan predominantly pink and lilac and put the cream around the sleeves.
That'd be nice.
I might do that. It depends if I've got enough. I don't know if I've got enough. But this book, so that is what I'm knitting at the moment to put in to the knit along, the baby knit along. I am going to do I think most things, there's a lovely blanket pattern. I just love the colours in this. There's booties. This is lovely.
It's cute, that. I like the texture.
Like I say, even if I don't get a little girl grandchild, I've got a niece, and there's another girl at work. There's Becky with Lily, who's nearly 2, and then there's Jane with Maddie, who's 3. And they were both cooing over. They were both cooing over this book. So there's booty patterns. There's this. I want to knit for Michael.
That's my favourite.
I've ordered that colour.
Yeah.
To knit this for Michael. That's another reason for trying to save a bit of the cream so I can put that in. So I'm going to knit that. Whether I'll knit the hat or not, I don't know, but I'm going to knit the jumper. I also quite fancy it in that colour. You know when I was saying it, coral for a boy as well. You wouldn't normally think of putting a boy in coral, but that coral and blue there looks pretty good and will suit Michael, being red. And then this is the one that they all were cooing over. Let's try and show it with that. Showing the pattern. I'll try and be a good girl. I'll show the bits I'm not supposed to show. But this little pinafore dress, how sweet. I've ordered enough to do this.
It's so cute.
So this bamboo colour, I've ordered enough to do at least one of these pinafore dresses and enough to do a jumper for Michael in that colour. But that is so cute, that pinafore, and the little knitted butterflies as well. So I'm going to be doing that for Maddie, I think, in the biggest size. Because that little girl looks in the book. Because she looks about 3 or 4, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And because the biggest size is 24, it doesn't give ages. It gives 24-inch chest, but you can't tell. So I need a chest size for that because it's just a bib.
Yeah.
So I'll tell her skirt length and she's to measure. It says 13. But
because Michael's does anything I knit for him is 24 and above. But then he is a monster.
But then he's a big baby, yeah, big little lad. But I also fancy.
Next week.
But I also fancy knitting. I like everything in here. Sorry. This. Get it in the shot. This one.
I like them all.
I want to do them all. And then there is this one.
I like that one.
This is. I thought about doing this with it being the summer. Not in that colour, but
that colour of Michael is dangerous.
Yeah. This is lovely. I don't know whether I'll knit this. I don't know whether I want to spend that much time on the baby thing. But you know.
With all the cables.
Yeah. But that's that book. So I'm going to be showing things from this over the next few episodes, I think.
Yes.
And I'll put them, I'm going to put them in our baby cal. Obviously we can't win, but no, I want to knit things and show them in that.
Why not?
You got any more? You've not, have you?
No, I've just got an acquisition.
Future knitting, for another one I'm going to be doing. Where's that book? Another book I bought. I suppose this comes under acquisitions as well, but it's still baby section. I'm going to be knitting out of this one as well. I got this one. Peter Pan Petit Fleur double knit collection. This predominantly looks aimed at girls, but I know plenty of little girls. And I just fancied, because I bought the Petit Fleur a couple of episodes ago, and I started knitting a shawl.
Yeah.
And I couldn't make my mind up because I just did the 3 sections, and I showed it to see what people think. But I think I'd rather do baby things with it. It's actually, it looks like it's a mohairy, but it's not. I don't know whether I'd put it on for a baby. Tiny babies. Because saying that, it's aimed at babies, but little ones, but it's quite fluffy. So you can imagine a child chewing on that.
No.
No.
Ooh.
Older children.
Hairballs.
Toddlers, like Michael's age, maybe 1 and above type thing. But it's lovely. It's actually cotton. It's 44% cotton, 28% tencel, 28% acrylic. This feels so soft. Feel that.
Oh yeah.
And I thought they only do this in a few colours as well. Pink, blue, white, cream and grey. So I opted for pink because somebody at work expressed an interest. Whether I'll do it for them or not, I don't know, but I'm thinking more for Daisy, for my niece Daisy for Christmas. And I just liked it in these colours. This little jacket in pink and grey. Because she's a very pink little girl, I think. I see her in pictures in pink anyway. She's a very girly girl, isn't she?
Mm.
But there are some lovely patterns in here as well. Simple ones. That's it in same one in white and grey. The pink, I think, because it's showing it with a ballerina. Looks like it's a ballerina skirt as well.
Just a cute.
It looks dead cute. So I quite fancy knitting that. But you could knit that in an ordinary double knit as well after. So you don't get that fluffy effect. If I wanted to knit it in a smaller size, I think that's what I'd do. This is quite a sweet little bolero in here as well. And there's a quick knits. And this little settee here at the back.
That's cute.
There's a bolero. There's a bolero with a headband. And then over the page, there's little fingerless gloves.
Little dancers.
To go with it as well, which I think is dead cute. And this goes up to a size 26, which I would imagine is quite reasonable. Quite a reasonable size. So, these are quite nice as well. I like blue for girls. Not going to focus on that. Never mind. I like blue for little girls. I think that looks nice, as opposed to boys for a change. But that looks like a really nice. I bought that predominantly because I like the jacket.
It's a lovely jacket.
And the couple of little boleros in it, which I think will be good for Daisy in the future. So, I've only got acquisitions after that, so. You want to show yours?
I went into town to visit the woolly man to get the yarn for my friend's socks, because she likes blue and it's without safest bet. But he had an offer on, so you could get 2 local yarns for £12, and I got this one for me because I thought it's groovy. Is it going to focus?
See, fluff from the petit fleur.
Focus. Is it focusing?
No.
So I thought I'd get that for
Yeah.
me because it's pretty groovy. 2 for £12 though. There was something like £7, something £8, something on them by themselves, something like that.
It's pretty. This is like what I've knitted these in, and Nikki's knitted the blue socks in. Pretty. It feels hard wearing. It feels soft, but feels hard wearing.
Robust. When I knitted the pair for my nanny, they were in opal sock yarn without the sparkle. Once I washed them, they softened straight up.
But you need sparkle. We need sparkle in our lives, especially in our socks.
Definitely agree. And I'm going to buy some see-through wellies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in New Look at the moment, they've got see-through coats. So I thought, as soon as I saw them, I thought, show off your jazzy jumpers like you knit.
Can you imagine mugging see-through coat,
see-through wellies,
see-through wellies, and I'll have my rainbow shawl on.
Yeah.
See you coming. 10 miles away.
But I was telling my partner that I'm going to buy a few different colourways, mainly for him and Michael for winter, and knit them for them because they're robust. Like my partner, he loves his socks that I've knitted him, and when I told him that he could wear them more than once, before washing them, he was like, yes.
Apparently, if things are 100% wool absorbs bacteria and smells better. So if there's an excuse not to change socks, you should be able to wear your woolly socks for more than one day, maybe 2 days.
So he loves them. So I said I'll knit him some more. Like I never said I would.
We all do that.
A couple of times, but
well,
that's
that
just
you
the way
see
it
it
is.
because I cut it out. Spent 6 weeks editing it, all the yawns.
Oh well, be right.
So until next time, this was episode 16, I think.
Yeah.
So until episode 17, we will all being well, be in a fortnight.
TTFN.
TTFN.
Bye.